Leo took the janitor job because it was quiet. No patients to mop around, no visitors to smile at, just long, empty corridors and the hum of old fluorescent lights. St. Emery's Hospital had downsized years ago, and by the time Leo joined, only a few wings still operated. Most of the upper floors had been shuttered for renovation or simply forgotten, which was fine with Leo. He liked to be alone. Plus, he lived right across the street. But that night something changed. It started with a work order. Clean Wing C, 4th floor. Wing C had been closed for over a decade. Leo had never been up there. He even asked Randall, the head of maintenance, if it was a mistake. Randall just shrugged. Orders are orders. Somebody signed off on it. So Leo grabbed his cart, filled it with bleach and fresh mop heads, and took the service elevator up. The doors opened with a groan. 4th floor. The hallway ahead was unlit, save for flickers of emergency lights. It was dead silent. He keyed in and the old electric lock buzzed open. Inside, Wing C smelled like dust and stale air. Ceiling panels hung loose, paint peeled in long strips. The patient rooms were empty. Some still had beds with cracked plastic mattresses. A few had wheelchairs tucked in corners. Leo got to work. First sweeping, then mopping. Standard routine. But every so often he thought he heard something. Not footsteps exactly. More like shuffling or dragging. He paused, listening. Nothing. Then his radio crackled. Leo! Status! It was Randall. Leo pressed the button. Just started up here. Weird place. Thought it was condemned. A pause. Yeah, well, management says it's being reevaluated for reopening. Just give it a pass, all right? Leo returned to his mop. But something was off. The deeper he went, the colder the air became. By the time he reached the nurse's station at the center of the wing, his fingers were numb. And then, the intercom system clicked on. It screeched with static. Then a voice. Room 409. Please. Help. Leo froze. The voice was weak, female, distant. He stared at the rusted speaker overhead. Randall, he said into his radio. Is anyone else up here? Silence. Then static. Help me. Room 409, please. Leo's skin crawled. He told himself it was a malfunction, maybe an old recording, but he found himself pushing his cart down the corridor, numbers ticking by. 401, 403, 405, room 409. The door was closed. No light inside. He hesitated, then knocked. No answer. He opened the door. Empty. A hospital bed with torn sheets, a chair in the corner, a smashed monitor, and something else. In the dust on the floor, a trail. Like something had been dragged, starting from the bed, out the door, down the hall. Long streaks, like heel marks. Leo followed them slowly. The trail looped around the corner, leading to the old surgical wing. He should have stopped. Should have turned back. But something pulled him forward. The surgical wing was darker. Power seemed to be completely off. Leo pulled out his flashlight. The beam barely cut through the thick air. Rusted gurneys, hanging wires, doors with peeling labels. Then his light passed over something on the wall. A fresh smear of blood. Leo stepped closer. Fingerprints. Smudged but deliberate. Someone had written something. Still here. His heart hammered. The radio crackled again. Leo, you all right? He grabbed it. Randall, someone's messing around up here. There's blood. Something's not right. Silence. Then a reply, but not from Randall. Don't listen to him. Leo's stomach dropped. It was the same voice from the intercom. Who is this? He asked. Static. Then the emergency lights cut out. Total darkness. His flashlight flickered, then died. He stood frozen, blind. Somewhere ahead, something moved. A soft scuff, a wet, dragging sound. Leo backed up, heart in his throat. He hit the wall and felt along it, desperate for a door, a corner, anything. Behind him, a whisper. I'm still here. Leo spun, swung blindly, hit nothing. Then his flashlight sputtered back to life, dim, but on. He was alone. Or so he thought. He bolted, pushed his cart aside and ran down the corridor. Doors blurred past. The hallway twisted, stretched. He wasn't sure he was even going the right way. Then, a shape ahead. Standing. Still. A woman in a hospital gown, skin pale and damp, eyes wide with empty pupils. Her mouth hung open, but no sound came out. Leo froze. The woman took a step forward. Then another. Leo turned and ran the other way. Back to the nurse's station. Back through the corridor. The dragging sound returned. Closer now. He reached the elevator and slammed the button. Nothing. He tried the stairs. The door opened and he plunged down the steps, 2 at a time, breath ragged, lungs burning. He didn't stop until he was outside, in the cold night air under the parking lot lights. The next day, he went straight to Randall. I'm done, I quit, that place isn't right. Randall stared at him, then frowned. What are you talking about? Wing C last night. What was all that? Randall shook his head slowly. Leo, there's no Wing C on the 4th floor. Not anymore. That part of the hospital was torn down 3 years ago. Leo blinked. No, I was there. I cleaned it. The doors, the halls, the blood. You probably got turned around, Randall said. It happens. Long shifts. Stress. Leo stormed out. That night he couldn't sleep. He scoured the internet for any trace of St. Emery's Wing C. He found a blog, an old nurse's journal archived. In one entry dated 3 years ago, Wing C, 4th floor, closed after the incident. A patient went missing during renovations. Never found. People said they heard her crying through the walls for weeks. Another entry. A janitor saw her, said she whispered through the intercom. They said he quit, but I think he disappeared, and now people say they hear him yelling from the hallways. He looked at the date of the entry. It was dated tomorrow. Leo slammed the laptop shut, shaking. The blog post was talking about him, said he disappeared tomorrow. How could that be? His phone buzzed. One new message from a blocked number. Room 409. Please, help. He dropped the phone. Outside, across the street, in the window of the abandoned wing, a shadow appeared, looking straight at him. And then, a light flickered slowly to life.